having sex together. And, you know, Natalie and I, we're okay in that department.
Our relationship, like 70%, it's sex. Obviously, I want family. I always wanted family and relationship. And
so here's the thing. Natalie is willing to have a sex with Josh, okay, as many times as they like, despite the fact that Josh still has not introduced her to his family. He still has not brought her to his house, despite the fact that he still hasn't even claimed her, shall I say, after 3 years. 3 years? Huh, interesting. And she still wants to talk about how she really wants a family. She's been talking about that since the very first time we saw her on 90 Day. But of course, that was with Michael, and the opportunity to make that family was there. But of course, she left, and now she's ended up being with Josh for the past 3 years, right? And she's still telling him about how she wants a family. There's two things that could be happening. It's either one, she really is this stupid and really is trying to hope that Josh will finally change his mind, which is clear that he won't. Or two, their whole relationship is nothing but a fabrication. Nothing about it is true in any kind of way. And the rumors are true that Josh does have a girlfriend off screen. And these two are literally just on the show, just to be on the show. And in reality, they have no relationship in any kind of shape or form. Because to be honest, the way things are looking, it's not looking as if it's making any sense. And if it is making sense, if it is making sense to the point that they are actually legit together in real life, well, then it's only making sense to the fact that she is only and only ever will be his sex buddy. Tell me different.
Everything here. To portray that I don't do anything for her, but I help out a lot. I help out a lot with her groceries, with medicines, with gas.
Now I get it. Natalie's always, when Natalie says that you're not doing anything for me, I'm pretty sure that what she's insinuating, or at least she's trying to say, is that you're not doing anything that makes me feel as if you actually want to be with me, as if we are actually in a relationship, as if we actually have a future together. That's what you're not doing. But for Josh now, he's like, well, hold on a minute, but I pay for this, I pay for that, da-da-da-da-da. Listen, Josh ain't stupid. He knows why he pays for these things. Now, given that their relationship is true, he pays for these things simply to keep her happy, to keep her around, and to keep her quiet, or to at least suppress her from talking whenever she does mention anything serious. That's the only reason why he'd be paying for any of these things. But the reality is that what she's saying isn't based on what he provides. It's based on what she needs and wants the most. And that is a marriage, kids, the whole family, the whole shebang. They can't both be at that age and be this stupid. Like, come on. But then again, though, age does not mean maturity. Experience does. And also, learning from your experience is most importantly.
With hair.
could it be possible we visit your house and just you make a tour for me? I don't even have to stay there or anything. I just walk in and I see where you live.
Imagine that you go from you having a standard of what you want from a man and what you want in your relationship, that you get that within Mike. But because Mike was not living the city life for whatever reason, since he chose to leave him, she goes with a guy where now all of a sudden her standards have gone from I want a family, I want all these things, to now saying, but what if I can let me just have a peek of your house. Let me just go there, let me just see it, and then I can just bounce. I mean, listen, however Natalie valued herself once upon a time, well, given that their relationship is legit, that valuation that she had for herself has definitely dropped significantly, because you don't go from a standard of I want kids, I want this and that, to now saying, oh, I just want to see what your house looks like. Even if I'm there just for like a second, just want to see it so I can investigate the house, investigate to see what's been going on. This is actually embarrassing.
To understand, on and off girlfriend of Josh for almost 3 years. And it's weird for me because I haven't seen his house yet.
On and off for 3 years, and it's weird to you after on and off for 3 years. You've been on and off for 3 years, and come on. Imagine that, on and off for 3 years, and there's been no progression. Like, not even the littlest of progression. It'd be very different if there was progression within the relationship that had those signs of potential. Even again, I still would disagree to continue, because what's the point? Nobody should be functioning on the potential. People should be functioning on the reality of what's actually happening. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're functioning on potential, you are still in that zone where you're going to probably end up getting yourself let down, right? But the grand scheme of it is there isn't even any potential in this relationship. It's 3 years of the same BS with literally no hope, no false hope, no potential, nothing. So why are you here? Which is why I question whether this is actually legit in the first place. But hey, if you want to come on TV and portray yourself as some desperate woman who's willing to wait for a guy that's shown that he doesn't really give a damn about who you are and doesn't really give a damn about showing you his house and all that kind of stuff, then hey, your value is still going down, because the men that are watching it, if they do approach you in real life, they're going to be like, hey, aren't you the girl that like just is happy to just see the house? But doesn't need to actually live in that. It's a calamity. I mean, you're still going to give me the...
can have access and you can come over. You make it. If we,
Let's throw it away. Yes, we can do this one. Okay.
say, if we make it to the 3 weeks, you come over. That's the deal.
It's been 3 years on and off, and he says to you that if we make it through this little last resort of therapy, if we make it for 3 weeks, then you can come over. The maddest thing about it is that one, he didn't say when you can come over if you make it 3 weeks, and also at the same time, I mean, that means technically speaking, he could just act up out of nowhere after the first 2 weeks and be like, yeah, nah, make things difficult, so therefore they don't make it. Like, the whole idea of these 3 weeks thing is so easy, can easily be sabotaged by himself. But look, it is crazy how as soon as he said that, she's all ecstatic, all over the moon, jumping. Listen, I'm pretty sure Mike done a whole lot more things that was supposed to make her happy, right? And she never gave him a cheerleader dance like this. This is embarrassing. This is shameful. Wow. Look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, hold on a minute, is this what my life has come to? Whether or not this storyline is real or not, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, wow, I came to America and my life has come to a point where I'm on national television being displayed as somebody that has basically lower standards that they had before they arrived. Standards that, if anything, that are quite embarrassing. You know, standards that say that you're happy to sleep with this guy multiple times because the sex is that good. But also at the same time, you're also happy to basically sideline every ambition that you've ever had of the fact that you wanted to be a model, you wanted to be an actor, you wanted to have a family, you wanted to have all these things. And guess what? Since you've been in the States, which one of those things have you actually been able to achieve? See? With none of them. Honestly, I don't even hate to say it, but Natalie is a failure. Like, based on what she represented when she first came, failure. And I ain't saying that to be spiteful. I ain't even saying that to be negative. I'm just saying that every single thing that she set out to do, that she spoke of at the very beginning, none of those things have been achieved. It would be very different if her goals had changed to something else, but we don't have no proof of that. We only have what we see. So therefore, I mean, what? Maybe being a 90-day fiance is success for her. If that is a success, the fact that she's a recurring cast member, if that is your truth, your success, you know what? Good for you. Fantastic. Fan-dadly-tastic. At least you're successful in something, right? It's better to be successful in something rather than nothing. And it's okay for people to change their goals in life, 1000%. But we haven't had that story, have we now? We've had the story of the same thing again and again, that she wants to be a movie star, she wants to be a model, she wants to have a family, she wants all these things. And how many years has she now been on 90 Day Fiancé? And how many years has now been in America? The only thing that she's achieved is basically knowing how to be Josh's side piece. Given that their relationship is legit. Anyway, with that being said, let me know what you're thinking down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.